going to show you just how we glue our plants onto anything you like, really, and make little ornaments. So I have everything I need. I have my plants that I want to use. I have sheet moss. Sheet moss is just to cover up the glue. I have my glue. We use liquid nails. It's a construction glue. If you go to Ace Hardware or some of the smaller hardware stores, you can get this in little tubes, so you don't have to have a huge big gun like this, but we do a lot of it, so we use the big stuff. And here I just have this piece of driftwood. It's actually just a little tiny piece. It's just not much more than a stick, really, but it doesn't really matter what you use. This one's got a little bit of nice shape to it, so I thought it might look pretty. So here we go. You take your plant and you glue. Put your glue right on the plant. I use a lot of glue because I don't want it to come off. So here we go. And I stick that down where I want it. And then right whilst the glue is still wet and everything's still good, I'll put my moss on. Because otherwise it looks like this. Can you see? I don't know if you can see this. Can you see how you can see the glue and it's not very nice? So I put the glue on there. You can use a lot of moss because if it's too scruffy looking, you can always trim it off with scissors once it's all dried up. So I have, so now I have two little plants there, and I have a choice of different little ornaments. You don't have to use an ornament, but it's kind of nice to do if you want. So I might put one like that. There's a little crocodile, alligator, depending where you live. Here's one that's a little bird. And here is one, I think I'm going to use this one. This is my little turtle. I like the blue, and turtles just happen to be very, very popular. Don't ask me why. So the little ornament I'm going to glue on with silicone. And the only reason is silicone I don't use on the plants because it's a little bit toxic. But on the ornaments it doesn't matter, and if you make a mess, it's a clear glue, so it's not going to show. So again, put your glue on the plant, put it on the ornament, pop your ornament down, and I'm going to use one more plant. Make sure that you take off any of these loose leaves on the bottom that are just going to fall off like anyway. These are your older leaves, make it nice and sort of a nice tight place where you can put your glue. All your new growth is going to come up through the center, so don't worry about pulling a couple of leaves off. Again, put your glue on the plant. Come on, glue. Put your plant down where you want it, and because I can see the glue, I'm putting some moss on. The moss is not good for the plant, it's not bad for the plant, doesn't really do anything for the plant at all. It just covers the glue up and makes it look good. I roll my moss because then it's easier and it's a bit tidier. So I'm just pulling up these bottom leaves, trying to get the moss underneath onto the glue. The glue is still wet, so it's going to hold the moss on there. So there you are. There's your little garden. You could be done with that if you wanted. Otherwise, if you just want to make it a bit more natural, you can put a couple of rocks, you know, something like that. And those I'd put on with the silicone glue. So there you are, you have a little garden. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful.